Hello everyone, it's Rochelle with Losing It on Keto, back with you on another progress report video. So today is February 27th, 2023. I just completed 13 weeks on the IdealProtein style protocol for protein sparing modified fast. So today starts week 14. So let's see how I did in week 13. So you can see the results here, what's bolded at the bottom. So I lost 1.3 pounds. That puts my weekly average over the course of the 13 weeks at 3.7 pounds, excuse me, for a total of 47.7 pounds lost over those 13 weeks. We'll see if this is starting a pattern. I'm curious to know if I'm going to have a pattern of losses, around, between 1 and 2 pounds, and then a bigger loss over the course of the month. We'll see. But I had a bit of what I didn't think was an outside chance, but I guess recent results over the course of, the last 5 weeks, with the exception of week 11, it was an outside chance to hit my March goal in February. And I just missed that, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm feeling great. And remember, there's more victories here than just what the scale shows. And in fact, yesterday I had to go shopping for new jeans for a smaller size and wore those yesterday. So we have to remember the non-scale victories as well. So how I'm feeling, my energy level, how well I'm sleeping, the fact that I'm in a new size are all positive, way more than what a scale shows. Okay, so what did week 13 look like? So you can see the day by day there. Nothing really stands out. And then down below, you'll see week 13 in comparison to others. Nothing really stands out there. Pretty normal. And then you'll see some results for week 14, and that's just because I've already planned out week 14. So the week 13 result is the actual, and then the week 14 is my plan. So, but like I said, nothing really I want to highlight here other than just sharing the data with you. I didn't really change much. But talking about week 14 leads me to what's on my, well, actually before I get to what's on my mind, I wanted to share with you the meal plans. In case you're curious of what meals make up those macros I just shared. I have been better about spreading out my protein a little bit more. I'm certainly not hitting 4 times a day. It seems like 3 times is a good place for me. So that means breaking my fast somewhere between, say, 11 and 1. I tried doing it earlier than that, say at 10:30 or so, 10 o'clock. But the truth is I get more hungry during the day if I do that. So I find that I'm better if I break my fast more around the noon time frame. And then I'll have a protein meal mid-afternoon, say around 3 o'clock or so. And then my last meal of the day is typically my dinner protein, my dinner meal, somewhere between typically 6 and 7 o'clock. So that pattern seems to be working pretty well for me. Okay, and then, like I said, talking about week 14, what's on my mind as I start week 14? Well, I showed you I had the plan for the week already defined, and there were 2 reasons for that. One is because I have items in the refrigerator that I need to use up, so I wanted to make sure that I plan for them. But more so is because I want to make a concerted effort this week to cut out what's referred in the IdealProtein protocol as extras. And so I was looking at the allulose as an example, and 2 tablespoons of that shows 22 total carbs. Now in the keto world, we say, hey, don't worry about those carbs. You don't absorb them. But what if they do matter? And I put the stevia in my collagen hot chocolate. I've got some of that in the Jello and things like that. So what if these do add up? Because I have deviated a little bit more with these extras from the IdealProtein, quote unquote, eat the sheet. So I plan to be much more mindful of that this week. And so how does that translate? Well, I'm going to cut out the ice cream this week because the ice cream is where I have the 2 tablespoons of allulose. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to be mindful. You know, I also add the cocoa powder to my hot chocolate. These things shouldn't affect my results, but I just want to be more mindful of these extras. And the most overt action that I'm going to do is cut out the ice cream. And so you say, well, if you're not having that, what are you having in replacement of that? So I have the egg white pudding and I have my protein cakes. So I plan to use those. I have to use those up anyways. And then what else is on my mind? So I was thinking about ketosis for fat loss and sharing with you my experience. So I've tracked through over the years. If you recall, I've shared with you that in 2018 I converted to a full-time way of a keto full-time way of eating. So I've tracked my data in terms of blood glucose, blood ketones, the glucose to ketone index throughout those years. And from August of 19 to May of 20, I was the most diligent about that. So I have a lot of data from then. And one of the things that I know from the past from doing that analysis, and then I confirmed it again recently, is that I register a lower blood ketone reading when I'm following an IdealProtein style protocol. And I'm usually around 0.5 versus when I'm doing, say, keto version with 1 meal a day. So the difference is I'm around 0.5 following this, and yet I'm burning fat like crazy, versus keto version, you know, with 1 meal a day, I range anywhere from 1+ to 4+ on the blood ketone reading. The point here that I want to emphasize and spotlight is don't chase ketones thinking that's going to produce a better fat loss, because it doesn't. We know this from a lot of quote-unquote keto experts. I know this from my own data. So I just wanted to spotlight that for you. And I just had this data point, not that I'm recommending anyone do this. It's just a data point that I have that I thought I'd share. I've done 14-day water fasts every quarter since 2018. And my highest ketone reading after day 14 that I ever achieved was 5.8. So I just thought that was curious, doing 1 meal a day on keto producing 4+ and a 14-day producing 5.8. So not that big of a difference. But there is a pretty big difference between when I'm following IdealProtein versus these others, and I'm getting great results doing what I'm doing. So it's just something I wanted to, you know, an experience that I have had that I wanted to share with you. So don't track or measure progress based on a blood reading. Go by how you're feeling, go by how your clothes are fitting, go by how you're sleeping, etc. Those are much better markers. And if you're dropping sizes, and you know, if you want to know exactly how much you're dropping, use a tape measure. Measure your inches, and that'll be much more telling than a meter, and for that matter, even a scale. Okay? So there you have it. That's all I have for you in this progress video. Be on the lookout for more recipe videos and more how-tos and in the way, you know, the techniques I use to make this easier, because we know I like convenience and don't like to clean the kitchen, etc. So as always, I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.